Most founders think that to grow their business, they need more people. More leads equals more sales reps, more customers equals more support staff. But here's what actually happens. You go from 2 million to 5 million in revenue, and somehow you're working more hours while your profit margins shrink. Why? Because you just hired your way into a bigger, more complex version of a broken system. Look, I've worked with 47 companies in the past 3 years, and I see this pattern everywhere. The average founder at this stage is spending 60% of their week just managing chaos. Slack messages, firefighting, explaining the same process to 5 different people. Here's the truth. Your business has an operational capacity, and right now, that capacity is being choked by invisible leaks. In this video, I'm breaking down the 4 bottlenecks that are killing your leverage and showing you exactly how custom software can 10x your capacity without doubling your headcount. And if you're a founder who's hitting this wall right now, or you're a builder who wants to learn how to design these systems, I've got resources for you. Check out Stack Labs in the description if you want to learn the frameworks, or Foundana.com if you're ready to build this for your company. Links are right below. Let's get into it. So what are these invisible leaks? Right now, you're probably dealing with manual mistakes that cost you thousands, support tickets that take 4 hours to resolve when they should take 10 minutes, and a total lack of centralized metrics. Your data is scattered across Google Sheets, Notion, 3 different SaaS tools, and somebody's personal spreadsheet that nobody else understands. You're pretty much just running your company on vibes and Slack DMs instead of data and systems. Sound familiar? Well, this is the growth wall, and when you hit it, most founders do exactly the wrong thing. They hire 3 more people to manage the complexity, but here's what they don't realize. Let me tell you about a company my friend was working at. They were selling lead gen services and had hit 2.4 million in annual revenue. They were cruising until everything started breaking. They onboarded 4 new clients in 2 weeks. Sounds great, right? Except the onboarding was a complete mess. 2 of the clients got mixed up and cold outreach emails were being sent from the wrong domains. Massive failure. The founder was working 80-hour weeks just trying to keep the ship from sinking. So he did what most founders do. He hired 3 more people, a customer success manager, an operations coordinator, and an admin assistant. And you know what happened? The problems got worse because the process for onboarding wasn't fixed. And now the problems were getting worse because there was no training in place for the new hires. Every new person had to learn by shadowing the founder. Every edge case required his input. He'd become the bottleneck he was trying to eliminate. Here's a brutal truth. You can't hire your way out of a system problem. You can only add more expensive complexity. High-performance teams don't grow by adding more humans who spend their day duct taping broken processes together. They grow by building custom software that handles the complexity for them. So when you hit that wall, when you realize that adding people isn't the answer, you have to start thinking differently. Custom software isn't just a nice-to-have tool. It's the act of debottlenecking your capacity so you can scale without linear cost increases. And it does this by targeting 4 specific areas. I'm going to walk you through each one, and by the end, you'll see exactly where your business is leaking capacity right now. Let's go. First, eliminating human error. When a critical process is manual, it will break. Not maybe, will. Someone will forget a step, someone will copy-paste the wrong data, someone will be having a bad day and skip the quality check. Custom software turns a hope-based process into a guaranteed outcome. One of my clients was manually generating contracts for new customers. Every single contract had 14 fields that needed to be filled in from 3 different sources. The error rate, 37%. More than a third of contracts had mistakes and needed reworking. We built a system that pulled data from the CRM, pricing tool, and customer intake form. Auto-generated the contract in 11 seconds with 0 errors. That's what I mean by debottlenecking. You remove the human from the repetitive decision-making and you free them up to do high-leverage work. This is how you unlock 10x growth without 10x headcount. Second, centralizing metrics. Here's the thing. You can't fix what you can't see. Most businesses have their data scattered everywhere. Revenue is in Stripe, customer health is in a Google Sheet, support tickets are in Zendesk, product usage is in Mixpanel, and nobody, not even the founder, has a clear picture of what's actually happening in the business. Custom software pulls all of that into one place, giving you and your team a shared understanding of the business in real time. Imagine opening one dashboard and instantly seeing how many active customers do you have, what's your current MRR, how many support tickets are overdue, which customers are at risk of churning. No more hunting, no more exploiting CSVs and trying to merge them in Excel at 11 p.m. on a Sunday. When everyone on your team is actually looking at the same truth at the same time, decisions get faster, accountability gets clearer, and you stop flying blind. Third, Radical support efficiency. Think about your support team right now. When a customer reaches out with a problem, what do they have to do? They probably check 5 different places: CRM for account history, billing system for payment info, product logs for errors, Slack to ask someone on the product team what's going on, and then maybe a knowledge base to find the answer. That's not a support process. That's literally a scavenger hunt. When your team has to hunt for information just to help a customer, you're losing money every single minute. Custom software puts everything they need on one screen. Customer history, billing, product usage, relevant documentation, all in one interface. In my e-commerce portfolio, we have a single customer service rep looking after 3 brands. Different products, different businesses, but the same process and tools. Your support team doesn't need more people, they probably just need better tools. Hey, quick thing, if this is clicking for you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Break down these operational systems and automation strategies every single week, and drop a comment below. Which of these 4 areas is your biggest bottleneck? I read every single one, and I'll reply with specific advice for your situation. All right, let's keep going. 4th, shared context. This one's subtle, but it's massive. In most growing companies, different people are working off different versions of reality. Sales think they've closed 12 deals this month. Finance says it's 10. Customer success thinks 3 of those deals haven't actually onboarded yet. Everyone's working hard, but they're not in sync. Custom software ensures that everyone on the team is looking at the same truth at the same time. When a deal closes in the CRM, that information flows everywhere it needs to go. Finance sees it, ops sees it, customer success gets a notification, onboarding gets triggered. No more, wait, I thought we were doing it this way. No more meetings to align on the numbers. This is the difference between a self-driving team and a team that constantly waiting for the founder to tell them what to do. You're not just building software, you're building a shared operating system for your company. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like when it all comes together. I worked with a founder named Holly who ran an email marketing agency. She was exhausted. She felt she was the only person who knew what was happening in the company. We built her an operating system. One custom interface that showed her entire operation. Customers could request their emails, and all the management and comms was in one place. Everything needed to run the service. It's essentially productized the offering. The major surprise, her team suddenly felt like they had superpowers. Her designers could see which clients needed attention before the client even reached out. Her account manager could communicate with everyone in one place. Her sales process was streamlined when the software could be used to demo how the company worked. Manual mistakes basically dropped to 0, and Holly finally started to get on top of things so she could work on the business instead of in it. That's what I mean by debottlenecking capacity. You don't need better people, you just need better leverage. Look, here's the shift that has to happen in your head. High-performance teams don't succeed because they have some magical hiring pipeline. They succeed because they've replaced the managerial tax, the constant need for human oversight and coordination. They've moved from staffing up to scaling up. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sean, custom software sounds expensive and slow, and I probably need a team of engineers for a year to build this. 5 years ago, yeah, you would have. Building this kind of operational backbone could have cost $300,000 and taken 12 months. But using the modular stack approach I've talked about in previous videos, leveraging tools like Supabase, N8N, and modern no-code, low-code platforms, we can debottleneck your entire operation in as little as 1 to 2 weeks, not a year. The technology has caught up. The question is, are you going to use it? So you have to decide, are you going to keep throwing people at a system problem, watching your margins shrink and your stress levels skyrocket? Or are you going to build the infrastructure that allows you to crush your competition while working fewer hours? Because here's what I've seen. The companies that win in the next 5 years aren't going to be the ones with the biggest teams. They're going to be the ones with the best leverage. If you're a builder who wants to learn how to design and ship these operational systems yourself, if you want the frameworks, the tech stack, the step-by-step process, come join the Stack Labs community. We're teaching the exact methodology I use with clients. Link is in the description. Or if you're a founder who's ready to remove the ceiling on your growth, if you want to reclaim your time and build an internal operating system that runs your company for you, let's talk at Foundana.com. We'll hop on a call, audit your bottlenecks, and map out your custom system. Stop hiring for bottlenecks, start building the software that removes them. Now, if you want to see the actual software I built for Holly, then I suggest you watch this video where I walk through a product demo and explain the build process. Click the link to watch it now. I'll see you there.